Proper to take the free kick. This is Desideri. Oh, that's an outstanding save by Rossi. And he needed every inch of his reach to claw that one clear. It dipped and swerved on its way through to goal. Desideri with a corner kick. Bierhoff. Rossi wanted the linesman to raise his flag to indicate offside, but that would have counted. Bier's angle header had the Milan defence in disarray, and Bierhoff almost squeezed it in. Donadoni. Boban. This is Savicevic. And Bier gets it clear. He's been prominent now in both penalty areas. Almost instrumental in giving Udinese the lead. And this time diverting the ball away. So Baggio with the corner. That one struck Maldini, and Maldini scores! With 2 minutes to go to half-time. Well, there was an element of luck about the goal because Battistini in the Udinese goal fisted the ball clear straight onto the head of Maldini, who knew little about it. And when Maldini turned round, the ball was dropping invitingly for him, and he gives Milan the lead. Stropper. Bierhoff. This is Desideri. Oh, Poggi! Oh, what an opportunity for Udinese to draw level. Savicevic getting away from Helveg. Baggio, Boban. Boban's through, and Boban scores. Who needs George Weah? Milan are 2-0 up and on the road to victory. It's only his second Serie A goal of the season. And he wants to congratulate Robbie Baggio for the service. Baggio's pass was instrumental in this second Milan goal, and Boban kept his head whilst the Udinese defenders lost theirs. And this is Savicevic. Baggio! Milan hunting goal number 3. And Robbie Baggio, who once scored 4 goals against Udinese in his days for Juventus, desperately close. It's Baggio with a corner. Cleared by Kosminski, that's Maldini. And here's Donadoni. Struck with great force at Battistini. It was a relatively routine save for the Udinese goalkeeper. It's Pellegrini forcing the ball wide to Amatrano. Oh! And that's Kosminski's header. And there was some confusion in the Milan defence. Amatrano had the cross. Maldini left it to Costa Corta, who left it to Rossi. And Kosminski heads wide. Helveg. Poggi's through. It's straight at Rossi. And Poggi with a really good opportunity to halve Milan's lead. Poggi. Good skill to get away from Albertini. Amatrano. And this is Bierhoff. Bierhoff has scored exactly half of Udinese's league goals this season. But he's unable to find the target here, and it remains 2-0.
So Milan gained the victory, which keeps their lead at the top of the table. They took on Vicenza in the evening clash. Bari faced a crucial relegation clash with Torino, and struggling Lazio entertained Cagliari. But we start our roundup with Atalanta, who were hoping to end a run of 6 successive defeats as they played host to Roma. Here's Gary Bloom.
When these two sides met in Rome back in September, Christian Vieri scored the only goal of the game. He came mighty close to claiming another against Roma last Sunday. But it was Roma who opened the scoring midway through the first half. From Totti's pass, Del Vecchio's miss-hit shot wrong-footed Ferron in Atalanta's goal. It was the under-21 international's second goal since moving from Inter last November. Meanwhile, at the other end, Vieri was still trying to recapture former glories and had 2 attempts to score, but he missed them both. On another day, the former Torino striker may have claimed a hat-trick. Schiavone denied Vieri again here. Atalanta were hoping to end a run of 6 consecutive defeats in Serie A. It took a spectacular effort from Pisani to get their season back on track. The 21-year-old isn't assured of his first-team place. He'd come on as a substitute in this game. If he continues to score goals like this, expect Pisani to make a real name for himself in Serie A. Atalanta's comeback was completed with just 6 minutes remaining. Anoni's reckless challenge on Vieri resulted in a penalty. Schiavone was beaten by Morfeo's spot kick. It's back to the drawing board for Roma, whose fans won't be dancing in the aisles with the prospect of facing Milan next. Torino started their game away to Bari with a flourish and might have been in front before their captain, Ruggero Bizzitelli, scored on his return from suspension. The goal arrived just 7 minutes in. However, Torino lost their early advantage within 60 seconds. Proti and Engerson combined before Kenneth Anderson levelled the scores. Bari have the worst defensive record in Serie A, and it's easy to see why. But they also have one of the best goalkeepers in Fontana. Torino's defence hardly inspires confidence either. Proti will have been as surprised as anybody to see his free kick reach Torino's net. The goal took Proti's total in Serie A to 14. At the other end, Bari again relied on Fontana to save their blushes, following yet another defensive blunder. Bari are far more effective up front. Tagliati was perhaps fortunate he didn't give away a penalty as Proti went down. It's been a long time coming, 3 months in fact, but Veldin Karic finally scored his first Serie A goal since moving from Croatia in November. It was an impressive finish by the 22-year-old striker, who drew Torino level on 71 minutes. Crevero created the goal and began the move which almost culminated in a winner for the away side. Rizzitelli failed to connect, and it ended 2-2. Juventus dropped Paulo Sousa for this game, while Conte's header dropped the wrong side of Piacenza's goal. Del Piero then went close from long range. The reigning Serie A champions are desperately trying to recapture the form which won them the title last season. At least they still have team spirit. And they still have a trick or two up their sleeves. Antonio Conte scored a rare headed goal 11 minutes before interval. From Del Piero's corner kick, Conte was left completely unmarked by Piacenza's defence. Piacenza really should know better than to dally on the ball in their own penalty area with players like Di Livio and Vialli on view. Ravanelli's finish was instantly forgettable. Ravanelli's head wasn't down for too long. The Italian international played a huge part in Juve's second goal, which was scored with some style by Ciro Ferrara. It's no secret the former Napoli defender is one of the best footballing defenders around. Goals like this are usually reserved for the likes of Gianluca Vialli. Perhaps the two players had swapped positions by this stage. Ferrara scored again, only to see his goal ruled out, presumably for offside. The replay suggests the match officials got it wrong. Still, it failed to prevent Juventus from claiming 3 valuable points. Lazio will have been happy to be in the Olympic Stadium again, where they appear to find it easy to produce their best form. Away from home, Lazio have lost 5 in a row. Lazio always score goals here. It's normally a question of how many. They managed 4 in the first half against Cagliari. Signori converted a penalty kick for goal number 1. The second soon followed, and it was the start of a memorable afternoon for Pierluigi Casiraghi. He went on to claim a hat-trick in the space of 17 minutes. Lazio were 2 up with half an hour gone. A supposed contender for Italy's regular Donkey of the Week award will go to former Lazio defender Mauro Bonomi, who allowed Casiraghi to score his second. It couldn't have been easier. Lazio were able to get through the Sardinians' defence with considerable ease. Cagliari was saved here by both Fiori and the linesman's flag. Cagliari didn't play much better going forward. Marcogiani will probably have faced stronger pass-backs than this. On the stroke of half-time, Casiraghi completed his second hat-trick of the season. His first came in the UEFA Cup back in September. Cagliari have now lost their last 3 away games by 4-0. Lazio's free-scoring home form continues. If Padova managed to avoid the drop, the return of Goran Vlahovic may have plenty to do with it. He's been in outstanding form since coming back in December from a career-threatening illness. He put Padova in front against Napoli inside 5 minutes. Coming up, the miss of the week in Serie A from Amoruso. Tagliatella did extremely well to keep out the initial free kick and must have been surprised to see Amoruso miss the target from 5 yards out. The striker, on loan from Sampdoria, didn't enjoy the best of times in the first half, and he must have wondered what he'd done to deserve such misfortune. Nothing was going right for the 21-year-old. The frame of the goal also kept out Napoli. Pizzi provided the header. Perhaps Amoruso's prayers were answered at half-time. 3 minutes after the restart, he claimed his first goal for 2 months, his 7th of the season. I reckon he was pleased. If nothing else, this match was certainly entertaining. Just as Pecchia started to curse his luck, Pizzi arrived to ease the pain. Napoli were back in it. Not for long, though. Padova made it 3-1 as Longhi's powerful run resulted in a second goal for Vlahovic, who's now scored 7 times in 8 games. Padova showed in their last game away to Milan there's certainly no pushovers. Only the top 3 have won in Padova this season. Napoli conceded their 4th goal of the afternoon with 5 minutes left. Fiori claimed his first goal for the home side. Napoli managed to make the scoreline more respectable. Arturo Di Napoli was on target yet again. It was his 4th strike in 5 games. The emergence of Enrico Chiesa has proved the one bright spot in an otherwise disappointing season for Sampdoria. After the forward was denied by Turci, it was David Belleri who gave the home side the lead in the 12th minute. Cremonese really should have drawn level shortly afterwards. Floriancic failed to end his fine run with a finish to match. Sampdoria escaped. Floriancic then tried his luck from further out, but the end result was the same. He failed to score. In the second half, it was Tentoni's turn to be denied by Pagotto. Judging by this performance, you'd never guess Cremonese were lying bottom of Serie A. Sampdoria found the going tough. It was left to Chiesa to secure 3 points for the struggling Genoa club. This goal took his tally into double figures for the season. Remember, Chiesa scored 14 Serie A goals for Cremonese in the last campaign, while on loan from Sampdoria. Cremonese will be hoping FIFA's decision to make the goals bigger will soon come into effect. Many will feel they're just about right the way they are. Roberto Mancini has never found it too difficult to hit the target, only Turci's excellent stop denied him there. Mancini's flamboyance has always been a feature of his game. How about this for ball control? 2 goals were enough to earn Sampdoria their first win in 6 games. In the evening game, shown live on Italian television, Fiorentina were looking to enhance their championship hopes, and Gabriel Batistuta provided his club with an ideal start. Vicenza were a goal down after only 7 minutes. But they could have equalised before the interval. Vicenza's leading scorer, Marcelo Otero, may feel he should have done better. A minute into the second half, and the away side did draw level. The goal arrived from an unlikely source. Di Carlo scored his first ever Serie A goal. The best of the chances during the rest of the game fell to Fiorentina. Rui Costa hasn't scored in Serie A now for 3 months. Robbiati was kept out by Mondini's spectacular save. And Robbiati was also involved in the next incident. There was no way through one of the tightest defences in Italy's top flight. Fiorentina failed to break Vicenza's resistance and were forced to settle for a point. Fiorentina's disappointing result against Vicenza has enabled Milan to stretch their lead to 3 points, so though with 15 games left, there's still everything to play for. Parma and Juventus may also have a say in the championship race. 8 points currently separate Serie A's leading 4 teams. Things are beginning to take shape at the bottom too. Cremonese now have a real fight on their hands to avoid relegation. They currently lie 7 points away from safety. As for the clubs immediately above them, they'll feel they still have realistic hopes of staying up. It's neck and neck at the top of the scorers charts. Proti and Batistuta each up their totals to 14 goals at the weekend, although Bierhoff stays on 11, while Caccia is joined on 10 by both Beppe Signori and Enrico Chiesa. And we leave you with the league leaders Milan. Even without Franco Baresi and George Weah, they were still strong enough to overcome Udinese at the Friuli Stadium and move 3 points clear at the top.